You might want to shut the... Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's definitely separation anxiety.
Between the dog... Between the dog or mom?
Well, both.
Okay. All right. If you want to just step that way for a second. These guys are about to take off, so... I'm just going to do this. Okay. Hey. Hey. There's a coat rack over there if you want one.
I'll make you copy.
Okay. Come. Down. Oh boy. You're all right. Is because he doesn't know exactly what to do. So I'm immediately giving him direction through stuff that most people teach their dogs. Sit down and walk. Okay? So not only am I doing that, but I'm switching directions to make him think, which will eliminate the anxiety or decrease it. Okay?
I recommend Signature.
Heel.
It's out of Australia. They're really, really good. It's like a high grade, low or very basic ingredients, but very straightforward. It's a little bit more expensive, but if people
Good.
like it, it's just better quality.
Heel.
Wholesomes is also a good brand. Alpina, another good brand. Really, a lot of it comes down to, again, if they get their food and you're having no issues with it, then you can change it. Now, if there's a recall
Sit.
like that, then obviously looking at
Yes.
different brand food, and you can always Google it. There's a lot of good surveys that are pretty non-biased in terms of what brands to stay away from and what brands to go with.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Good
No,
boy.
like I said, it comes down to preference.
Good boy.
I wasn't sure if you guys recommend.
Good boy.
No, we're not. It's,
Good
if we're asking
boy.
to give you as much information.
He's very sweet.
And you guys said you could help with.
Yep.
the paperwork
We'll get there.
part of the service dog as well? Or
I mean, testing wise, you know, for
boy.
like
Heel.
CDC,
Ah.
for the connected system test,
Sit.
the AKC
Good.
test, and then there's also,
Good.
um,
Good. So I'm just giving him a lot of pressure. Okay. So I'm just in his space.
is there any,
Good boy.
a lot of, because a lot of it just comes down to just making sure what he
Good.
is as good as possible.
So everything's on me now. But nothing he doesn't know. That's important. I'm never going to ask him to do something and then correct him for not doing it if he doesn't know it, right? Heel.
as long as these guys are
Honest,
collar on
yeah,
and-
collar, that's about it. Ask you 2 questions, is that a service dog?
Yep.
And what is he trained for?
That's all I can say.
You're protected under the
Good.
more information, no.
All right.
Good.
And that's any place?
Good. 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 So did you see that? Okay. So he's pushing on my space. And the reason why he's doing that is because when I come over to you guys, what he wants to do is come here. And then when I push back, he gets upset, and that's where he came up. So I'm testing the waters a little bit because he wants home base. And I'm like, no. Right? So that's all I'm doing here. And I'm just making sure that you guys are seeing the subtleties that I'm working on. Good. Heel. Good. Good heel. Good boy. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is getting back down to the basics, focusing on control to decrease the anxiety. So, that was a lot going on for, I think, everybody. But
He does have a high level of anxiety.
yeah, so yes, I agree. And it'll be situational, environmental. So what I like to do is, as you saw, like he was, borderline neurotic there for a little bit. So
You
just,
didn't see him on the car ride here.
right,
You put him in the car and he nonstop
yeah.
acts like that.
Yeah. So we'll start picking this apart little bit by little bit, but I want you to know what I'm doing. Heel. So when I bring him out, all I'm asking him to do is to work with me. And so heel. Good. I'm helping him make better decisions. Heel. Good. Giving him the benefit of the doubt, not immediately correcting him. Heel. So if you compare the beginning of the session versus now, I'm not having to correct him hardly at all. So the beginning was tuning him up to nope, yes, nope, yes, no, yes, excuse me. And now he's to a point heel, where I don't need to correct him for being crazy. So I've done my job by kind of making that a little bit more sculpted and structured. Good. Good. Sit. Sit. Good. Nice job. So again, when I'm working with a new dog, I always give him the benefit of the doubt. He's not competitive obedient, so I don't really care, that he's not fast. But I do care that he listens. So if he would have looked at me again and not sat, then I would have gave him pressure. But I want to really just highlight how much of a difference that structure had given him. Good. Off. So that is him just trying to escape what I'm asking him to do. Right? So that's just anxiousness. It's much like the reason why dogs do that is picture a dog trapped in a fenced-in yard. They're going to try to jump and scale whatever's stopping them from going out. That's why he's climbing on me. It's because he's taking all of this energy and he's trying to climb over me because he knows I'm a wall, if you will.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to get rid of that within the hour by any means. However, when he does do that, I'm going to just move him around. Now, what I want to do is tune him up. I want to take him a step further, really get him to listen. Good. Heel. Good. So I'm going to start going fast, then I'm going to start slowing down. Good. Good. Heel. So I backed up a little bit. He turned to see what I was doing. I'm asking him to check in with me to engage. So ultimately, making decisions for him decompresses that anxiety and stress. Good. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Down. Yes. Good boy. This is what I want you guys to do. I want you to be able to do this. Yeah. When you walk and then when you slow down. Okay. I'm going to do an outside turn. Heel. Little leash pressure. Release. Good. Heel. Slow down. So now I have full engagement from the dog. That will ultimately stop a lot of the, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? Good. Again, he's still going to have that involuntary whine, but that'll go away in the end, hopefully. Yeah. But even this is better. So that's what I want you guys to do. Any questions? A couple things I want to point out that are really important, okay? When you're handling a dog, this is what I'll tell you what everyone does. The prong collar is a correction tool. So when you put pressure on this, you're telling the dog that they're doing something wrong, right? If you were riding a horse and you put pressure on a horse, you want the horse to do something else. When it does comply to what you want, you release that. It's like a braking system. You pump your brakes. When you want to let go, boom, and then your car does something. So don't put any pressure on the tool if you don't need to. I want to be very binary in handling. So what you're going to do is, good dog. Dog came out behind us, right? Which is good for him. Good. No pressure on that collar happened. Now, sit down. Good. Now, if that was a good example. If that dog came out and I went like this, I'd set the dog up for failure by pre-warning or being proactive to say, I'm going to correct you because I know you're going to be bad. Don't want to set your dog up for that. Too many people do that. Okay? So don't give your dog any information that they don't understand, because they're animals on a leash. So their minds are all over the place. So it's okay, buddy. It's another German Shepherd. I know you're acting out because you're excited. Like, don't do any of that, because when we communicate to our dogs, it's much like Siri or Alexa. It's say the dog's name, one command. Say the dog's name, so sit, down, heel, etc. And they're trying to figure out one word. Even if you said sit and then you said pit, the dog's still going to sit because it sounds like pit, right? So they don't really know the English language. They're just going off of the little one word, usually one syllable thing. If you have that conversation, you're acting out because you're excited. Example, because people do that all the time. They're like, I don't, wait, and then, so by minute 2, you've said 150 characters to the dog and they're gone.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you things of like what you don't want to do.
When do you say their name?
Here's what I do. Again, Alexa. Yes. Siri.
Your name
Yes.
is enough.
Right. So what I do is I usually go, so Sam, right? I go, Sam, heel. Good, heel. If I'm in the preliminary stages of teaching a new behavior, I'll say the dog's name before I ask them to do it. Sam, sit. Sam, down. Good. So it's a good question, but what I do is I say the dog's name because it sets you up for success. If you indicate to the dog before you ask them a behavior, the likelihood of them listening to you is greater because you've gotten their name.